Welcome to the casting. Nice to have you here, miss. Why would you like to be a model?
Because I love the camera. Being a model is pretty true.
Okay, let's see it. So this is going to be a little difficult.
I really need this job. Hello, can you help me with?
What would you do for me? So I'm a producer with lots of experience, lots of years, since 2008 at least. So you want me to be honest with you, give it to you straight?
What happened to Lerato is being argued as a scandal, but in truth, it is a symptom of a system, a culture, and a country that refuses to tell young people the truth. African casting did not appear out of nowhere. It exists because South Africa has created the perfect conditions for exploitation, desperation mixed with illusion. In a country where youth unemployment is crashing, where opportunity feels distant, and where success stories are rare, a casting call becomes more than an audition. It becomes hope. It is easy to manipulate. African casting presents itself as an opportunity, but like many unregulated platforms, it opens in gray zones.
And you walk back. Very good. Now walk that way and look in your own eyes as if you want to seduce yourself and kiss yourself.
Where contracts are unclear, expectations are blurred, and accountability disappears once content goes viral. This is where Lerato enters the story. A young woman, not famous, not powerful, not protected. She says she believes she was attending a legitimate audition. She says she did not consent to how the footage was used or distributed. She later publicly denied agreeing to what the world saw.
Ooh, look how tall you are. And you're wearing shoes. Can we see the shoes that you're wearing? Take one off.
Okay.
Look at this. This much. And you can take off the other one as well.
Those are her claims, but the internet did not wait for facts. It never does. Instead, South Africa did what it often does best: judge the individual while ignoring the system. Some called her a victim, others called her a liar, but very few asked the harder question: why are so many young women ending up in the same position?
That's a hard question. Because I feel like I haven't necessarily attained the things that I want to do in my life. So it might be too soon to say that I've accomplished anything that really fulfills my heart.
The answer is uncomfortable, because alongside desperation, South Africa is also selling a dangerous cultural message, especially to young people. A message dressed up as empowerment, my body, my choice. Once a serious phrase about rights and autonomy, it has been hollowed out into something reckless. A slogan without context. Freedom without responsibility. Young women are told, do what you want, express yourself, take risks. No one can judge you. But no one finishes the sentence. No one explains permanence. No one explains exploitation economies. No one explains that the internet never forgets. Promiscuity is no longer just normalized. It is marketed, celebrated, rewarded with likes, attention, and validation. And crucially, it is often promoted by women themselves, influencers, pop feminism, and online culture that confuses exposure with power. But when those choices lead to consequences, when videos circulate, when reputations collapse, when regrets set in, the language changes. Suddenly, agency disappears. Suddenly, innocence is reclaimed. Suddenly, the same culture that preached fearlessness demands protection. This contradiction is where public anger comes from, not from sexuality, not from women existing, but from the refusal to accept that choice and consequence are inseparable. You cannot demand adulthood before the act, and childhood after the outcome. You cannot claim total freedom, then deny responsibility when reality responds. That is not empowerment, that is denial. And it creates perfect hunting ground for exploitative platforms. Because predators no longer need force, they need only confusion. They wait for a society that says, nothing bad can happen to you if you choose it. African casting did not invent this vulnerability, it simply exploited it. And when everything collapses, ideology steps back and pretends it had nothing to do with it. But it did. This culture does not protect women, it sets them up. It teaches young girls that warnings are judgment, that caution is oppression, and that accountability is misogyny. And in doing so, it leaves them exposed, legally, emotionally, and permanently. South Africa then completes the cycle. We consume the scandal, we argue online, we shame or defend, and then we move on. No reform, no regulation, no honest cultural reckoning. Just another girl, another video, another debate. And perhaps the darkest truth of all this, when responsibility is always rejected, real victims suffer the most. Because when every story demands belief without scrutiny, public trust erodes, and when trust collapses, genuine exploitation becomes harder to fight. This is not an attack on women, it is an indictment of a lie sold to them. A lie that says freedom has no cost, a lie that says choice is consequence free, a lie that collapses the moment reality arrives. If South Africa wants to protect young women, it must stop lying to them. Empowerment without honesty is not liberation, it is a trap. And until this country learns to tell the full truth about sex, power, risk, and responsibility, Lerato will not be the last name in this story. She will simply be one of many.
I don't think we'll have much work for you.
Why?